Check out thechosenprime.com in the link in the description below for this and other great items.
Alright, welcome everyone to another Radio Free Cybertron review. I'm your host, Diecast, and first off, before we get into the review, I just want to talk a little bit about the Chosen Prime, and I know you see the ad in the beginning. They really are the best place to buy Transformers and other Transformer-related products. Customer service is top-notch. They have Prime points. They have so many nice things. If you're a Transformers fan, you really should be buying from them because it's the best experience ever. The packaging, every time something comes in the mail, is better than any other store I've ever ordered from, including those big stores. So let's go ahead and take a look at Hagen, which is the 5th member of their Ordin series, which is Abominus from G1. So just a quick look at the packaging, some warning labels, nice picture of Hagen on the front, side or top, back you have a couple modes, hand, beast mode or pterodactyl or whatever you want to call him, side. The packaging is really thick. It's the same as the previous 5 for this team. Get it open, and first we have the instructions and a card. Same type of card that the other guys came with. Really nice credit card style, thick card. So definitely appreciate that. And what I've actually done is I started a collection of these cards. I keep like a baseball card notebook now that I can throw all these cards in, because otherwise they just sit in the box and do nothing. So he also does come with some replacement ratchets for Siegfried. I have not had a problem with mine so far, and I'll bring Siegfried or the whole Ordin combiner team in at the end, and we'll take a look. I think these are supposed to go in the connector ports that flip down for the legs. I'm just going to leave these on the side for now. I'm not going to replace them unless I need to. Then we'll get Hagen out of package here. You can see the only thing he comes with is his hand for the combiner. Fingers are articulated. Thumbs articulated on a ball joint. Bends right there. And also bends at the top of the thumb. So 2 places plus the ball joint. Really nice hand. They did a really nice job on this. And then the fingers just have the 1 bend plus the ball joint. But again, you get some really nice spread with the ball joints. And then here is Hagen. Just come down here. I find if you open his bird mouth just a little bit, it'll tab into the front a little bit easier. And it doesn't tab in all the way, but it tabs in enough where it'll hold it tight. So, and then the wings, which have articulation point right here, also a double hinge right here, and then this piece where it pegs in also moves and rotates. So you can get some pretty nice poses with this. And you can either put these on the back, I think, or on the sides. And they're pretty tight. This is the first time plugging them in. I'm assuming the side is the correct spot for them. I should probably check the instruction manual. I mean, I guess you could put them on the back here if you wanted, but they just seem to be a little bit more natural on the side. Plus they'd be a little bit low if you put them on the back. And they are tight. Kind of the same problem I had with Siegfried. The bottom of his top chest plate, the holes are starting to split a little bit from pegging in the chest plate, but that's the only problem I've had with Siegfried so far. So you can see Hagen with his wings on. You can spread these out however you want. Just take a quick look around the figure. He has some really nice paint apps on the arms here, some purple and green, some silver on the bird head. His face is silver, some red eyes. He does have a ball joint at the head. He can look up a lot. He can't really look down that much. Just a tiny bit. I'm not sure if that piece is supposed to. The piece is probably supposed to be flipped around. Then come down on the back here. Some silver on the back of the legs. This does kind of bother me. This tail piece looks like a head. I just can't. The eyes here, and this is the nose and the mouth, and or maybe the eyes up here and the ears. It's almost like a wolf's head or something. It's kind of weird. I wish they would have made that a little less like an animal's head. But his arms, normal rotation. He's pretty much the same mold as their Ripper Snapper, which I can't think of his name right now. But soft ratchet on the arms. The legs have no ratchet, but they are on a universal. Got the upper thigh, the bend at the knee, the ankle tilt, and a little bit of a waist swivel. You can do it full 360, but tail kind of gets in the way a little bit. He is a little bit back heavy, mostly due to the wings and everything else on his back. So let's go ahead and get into transformation. We'll get this plastic out of the way. And for transformation, basically the first thing we want to do was come down to the feet, flip in those heels, flip the bottom of the feet in, we can come up to the head, pull the top of his bird head out, and this whole piece can flip around to cover his head, which is the neck of the bird, and then it'll plug in right there, the black plastic piece, into the neck. There we go. That gives him his official bird head. And then the arms are kind of just like the other members of the team. You flip up these panels, pull out the arms and swing, or pull out the feet, rotate them around, and just like on the other members, they don't close all the way, which is a little bit disappointing. Flip that out, and we're just going to rotate this around just like so. And same thing on this side. Rotate that around. Open this panel up. And flip the hand in. Just open up the foot. And on the back here, open up these leg panels. Compress the legs. And on this, just like the other figures, you want to make sure this black piece stays straight going in, and it'll tab back in. And we'll close up the legs just like that. And then this piece extends. We can collapse. Getting ahead of myself. Pull the legs down and tab them in. There we go. Same thing on this side. Pull that out, flip that around, tab that in. And these sometimes just don't want to tab in right away. There we go. Then collapse this whole top section. Then we bring the tail and just peg that into the bottom of the feet. And that gives him his tail slash head on the other side. I'm sorry, you just can't. Once you see it, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. And then these little pieces right here are articulated too. It's kind of helped to hold the legs into place. And then let's see if we can get a nice pose out of this guy, which is difficult because his body is a little bit long. There you go. So again, as far as rotation goes, you still have some rotation on the head. The mouth does open, and he doesn't look as long in person as I thought he was going to. So I am happy with this guy. Ripper Snapper is a lot longer for some reason. I think the wings, because they're such a large wingspan, it kind of deters from the longness of the figure. So again, looks really nice. A little difficult to stand, but you can still get him in some nice poses. And I really like that pose that he's in right now. So let's go ahead and transform this thing into arm mode, and then we can bring Ordin in and do the first combine for the first time. So the first thing we're going to do to get him back to arm mode is we're going to undo the tail. Just bring that up for now. We're going to unpeg the arms, or the legs, or whatever you want to call them. Pull up his upper body. Flip down his combiner port, which, there we go. Maybe a little bit difficult. There we go. Tab the arms back into the upper part of the body. There we go. And then just going to bring the wings back like that. Also going to pull out the elbow joint, which is one of the reasons I really like this figure, is the elbow joint. Split the legs real quick, that way we can just get the hand in. Just like so. And then the feet just fold up like that. And they kind of sit right in that wing area. Same thing on this side. Flip the foot up. Flip that heel in. Compress this all up. Fold the wing back in. Then it's just a matter of lining it up. And there you have Ordin's arm. So let's go ahead and bring in Ordin and raise up the camera. Raise it up. You can see he's a pretty big, beefy combiner. And then I really like how these arms go on too. It just, that's giving me, they go on. There's a slot on both sides of this. That way you put it on, as long as the combiner port doesn't pop out. Once you put it on, then you just turn it down and it locks it on. So here is Ordin fully combined, and he is really amazing. He's kind of falling out here. I must not have had that foot on all the way. There we go. And just to kind of stand back a little bit, you can see he is really impressive. And we'll get some size comparisons in here. Arms, full rotation, nice bend at the elbow, which we were talking about. And Ordin comes with a bunch of weapons for this guy that combine into one large gun, and I'll show that off in a minute too. And then just to get a view from the back, he is a little bit kibbly on the back, but overall, I mean, being that he is composed of monsters, there's got to be some places that the kibble goes. So does want to kind of lean forward a little bit on me right now. But he's just a really nice solid combiner. Let's slide him off, and for comparison we'll get Warbitron in here. And here he is with Warbitron, and Warbitron is just a tad taller, maybe about a head, but with all the arm kibble and everything, he looks a lot bigger. But I think scale-wise, they match up pretty nice. And it's just a very, very impressive combiner. Let's go ahead. He's leaning forward on me a little bit. Just go in here, and if I can pop his chest off, I'll show you the only problem area that I've had with Siegfried, and that's right in here. Let me zoom in on that. You can see the stress marks and the cracks that are starting to occur just from having this piece right there plugged in. But other than that, I haven't had any problems with Siegfried himself, and I really don't know exactly where these ratchets that came with Hagen are supposed to go. I think they're supposed to go in the combiner ports down here at the legs. The combiner ports right there at the legs for Siegfried, but I'm not sure. But if you guys know, definitely comment down in the section below if I do have an issue, because mine seems okay. If I do have an issue, I'll try and post a fix video to replace those pieces, but again, everything seems nice on mine, so maybe I just got lucky, or maybe they fixed some of them before they were sent out. Just popping his shield back on. There you have Hagen and Abominus. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.